Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
Which final man that ain't got time to shake your hand? Get that side check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Alright, so for you guys who don't know, Berserk is probably my favorite anime of all time. It is one of the greatest manga of all time. Actually, I would say it is the greatest manga of all time for me personally. And there's a lot of great ones out there, but I have the whole collection, volume 38 is finally coming out in America in July. I'm very excited to get back into the world of Berserk. So this game came out. It's by the creators of Dynasty Warriors, and I gotta be honest, I have fun with most of them. Now, most of them are just okay or good, so I didn't expect too much, but Berserk, it actually felt like at home. Berserk is about ultra-violent, fucked up, bashing soldiers and monsters' heads in, and that's exactly what this game provides you. So, is this Dynasty Warriors Berserk hybrid worth checking out? Let's get into it.
Which final man that ain't got time to shake your hand? Get that side check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Let's start off with the good. I actually think the graphics are pretty good, at least the models. The models of all the characters look really well done, like Griffith and Guts and Casca, and everybody looks really good. The special attacks look cool, the effects look great. Really the only negative is something I'll get into later, but the soldiers are kind of generic, but who cares? You get to chop them up into little pieces, so that's really fun. And yeah, so the graphical atmosphere definitely feels Berserk-like, and I do really enjoy the actual character models. I think they did a good job there. Also, I really like the stories, and the reason why I'm mentioning is because usually these games, when they take an anime property and put them into a Mushu type game, they're usually not very good, and here the story is actually pretty good, and the reason why is because they have cutscenes from the movies. Now, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm assuming these are the Golden Arc movie that came out a few years ago, kind of like a mixture of anime with 3D in a way, not complete 3D like the new series that came out that I didn't watch either, but it has that kind of like CGI look with anime, so it works pretty well and it explains the story really well. I think most people who haven't seen Berserk or haven't read it can get the gist of the story with this, and that's something I could say more than like the Attack on Titan game that came out recently or any of the anime games. They usually just do a really bad job of storytelling. Here you actually get the heart and soul of it, though I still recommend reading the manga or watching the 90s anime. It's definitely worth checking out. And the last good thing is that Berserk is, besides sexual, also very much about blood and gore, and it's shown in full glory here in terms of the blood and gore part. You are dicing, slicing, and mincing people up like nothing in this game because, well, you were just playing a Mushu game, so that's always going to happen. However, this game really lets you just devour people with swords and daggers and all that stuff, so you really get to see, like, Guts just tear people up, especially when you go into this frenzy mode. You really just slice people into pieces. It looks really cool, and you just see people explode into blood gushing everywhere. So the gore is definitely here from the series, and you get a lot of it, so I did like that they kept at least that in here. Alright, let's talk about the bad. One of the most surprising things for me here is the content. It's kind of short on content. The story can be beaten within about 10 to 15 hours, especially if you skip the cutscenes. You could probably be even a little bit less than that. On top of that, there's not much after that. There's free mode, sure, and unlocking costumes and stuff, but it's just not much. Like, it feels really bare bones. I feel like the Attack on Titan game lasted me a lot longer. I think I clocked in like 25 hours. And here I was kind of done with the game after I beat the story mode. There's no real motivation for me to continue. So I felt that was a real disappointment content-wise. Also, the combat gets stale quicker than usual. Listen, Mushu games aren't going to evolve ever, I feel. But they have been trying. When you level up, you get new moves. So this game does offer you a decent amount of combos for each character. But it's a very limited amount of characters you can play as. And some of them aren't fun to play as. So really, you only get maybe, I would say, 5 really fun characters to play as, and it kind of gets boring quick, whereas in most of the Mushu games I really get to play as I would say about 10 to 15 characters I really enjoy. So I was really down on that fact that the limited amount of characters to play at and then actually the fun ones to play at, and the combat itself is going to get stale quicker than most games because it's just a button masher. And the last thing is, like I said, the graphics are good, except the environments and the maps are really boring. This, I think, was a complaint in my Attack on Titan review. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. But these games just feel like they're becoming really, really boring in that section, the map section. Like, give us a map that's fun to explore and run around in. Even if it repeats, at least it's fun. These maps are really dull. Not that Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors or any of those ever had amazing maps, but I feel like, I believe it was Dynasty Warriors 6 at least was trying to make bigger maps and better maps, and they kind of just gave up after the fan reaction wasn't very happy with that game. So I feel like they really have to work on making maps more interesting, especially in the Berserk world. You could have given us some really interesting places to visit.
Waits for no man and ain't got time to shake your head. Get that Snapchat, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
So listen, I mean, this game is really not going to come to a surprise to anyone. It's Berserk and it's Mushu, so you're going to go around slashing and dashing. That's really the whole game. You spend hours upon hours slicing and dicing. Now, I did have fun with this game, and I thought the story was actually presented pretty well. They didn't give you anything new. If you watch the movies, you basically got the story here, but I thought it was handled better than usual. On top of that, it's pretty fun to play as your favorite characters, and some of them are a beast, like Griffith, Guts, and Casca. They are all super fun to play as. So I really did enjoy that part of the game. Would I recommend this at full price? No. This is definitely, you know, wait till cheaper title. Just like Attack on Titan, pick this up at $20 or even $30 if you're a fan of the show. They are fun titles, but this one is actually lacking in content, so I actually suggest waiting for the $20 price range, which it probably will be in a couple of months. So at that, it's an okay game, fun for a few hours, you know, play some Spotify, get your shit rolling, and just have fun listening to music while chopping people up. I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10.